This is about the investigation in Birbhum burning case. 8 people, viewers, remember, were burnt alive. The CBI has taken over the probe, but Times Now's Tamal Saha has now got us exclusive information of what exactly unfolded, the role of the police and the alleged inaction. Tamal Saha is also joining us live now. Tamal, police sources are suggesting that such was the chronology. On Monday night, Bhadur Sheikh was bombed and killed at a roadside tea stall. His body was picked up and rushed to the hospital by his family members. The SDPO, Rampur Hat, and other police officials arrived in the village. They started the operation raids to nab the culprits. By around 9:30, Bhadur's associates started retaliatory attacks inside the village. Houses were set on fire. But the top police officials left the village to receive another senior official. Now that CBI has taken over the probe, you think the police action will be nailed by the central agency? Tamal?
Well, absolutely, Pranesh. The police action will be probed by the central agency because, mind it, it's just not, media or political party making a lot of allegations or, in a way, bringing to fore how police had failed to respond on time. But there are testimonies of people. They clearly say that police did not do enough to contain the situation. Police did not intervene when the time was right and it was needed. What you are now learning from sources within the police, and it's shocking. It says, basically you have to understand, on Monday evening at around 8:30, Bhadur Sheikh, Trinamool Congress Panchayat leader, was bombed to death. That happened at one particular spot. If we call it as a place of occurrence, that's PO1. After his death, there had been retaliatory attack inside the Buktur village, which is place of occurrence 2. Now, what you are learning from sources that after this incident happened, when Bhadur Sheikh was bombed to death, senior officials like the SDPO and the IC went to the spot, and from there they immediately created a group to do raids and catch the culprits. In the meantime, when the fire broke out or the violence broke out in the village, the SDPO and the IC went to the village at around 9:30, but hearing that the additional SP would be coming down, they left the village by 10:20. Imagine, the village is in fire, police should have been deployed there more, but the additional SP came down to Rampur Hat at 10:30 at night. And after coming down, he first went to place of occurrence 1, which is the spot where Bhadur Sheikh was bombed to death. But additional SP did not come down to the village, which is roughly about a kilometer away. Just a kilometer away. The village was burning. The additional SP came down, but he did not come inside the village with his force, even when it was well known there had been retaliatory attack so gruesome that houses have been burned. Forget if you know or not know what's happening inside the house. If houses have been burned, it's a law and order situation. It needed intervention. Additional SP came down to Rampur Hat at 10:30 and thereafter did not go to the village. And that's not all, Pranesh. At 12:20, around 12:20, 12:30, the SP of Birbhum, what you're learning from sources, had come down to Rampur Hat, and he then went to the place of occurrence 1, the spot where Bhadur Sheikh was killed. From there, he went to a guest house to hold a meeting which lasted for 2 hours. He was here at the guest house in Rampur Hat till 3 in the morning. But Rampur Hat, at the same place where you have Buktur village, roughly about 4 kilometers away from the guest house, he did not go. And the next morning, which is Tuesday morning, police went there to recover bodies. And there lies the big question, did police allow this to happen? If that is the case, then your first question as whether central agency should probe the role of the police, the answer is most definitely a yes. If this is true, then SP and the additional SP, possibly in days to come, would also be examined by the central agency. Minded, there are lapses.
The question to be asked is this, and this is very fundamental. Is the police action or the inaction because of political patronage, or is this just plain apathy?
Well, Well, Pranesh, it is a question. It's a billion-dollar question. Did they allow it to happen? If yes, under whose instruction? Police are supposed to intervene and contain a law and order situation. That's their fundamental job. That's their primary job. If I am in a situation in middle of a danger, in middle of a crisis, I would be, reaching out to the police with the expectation they would come and rescue me or rescue us. And similarly, what the villagers are saying, they did send the SOS. Anarul, mind you, the Trinamool Congress block leader who has been arrested on the allegation of the villagers who had alleged that Anarul did not inform police or did not let police to act. So there is the larger question whether there had been any kind of an understanding between the local level leader and police, and if they had allowed this to happen, then police also become absolutely hand in glove to the entire crime and they become complacent too. So we know the IC and the SDPO have been suspended, but if sources are to be believed, and there had been a situation where the additional SP did not visit the village, even after knowing that this has happened inside the village, then the question obviously is why. So will this
absolutely, Tamal Saha, congratulations on getting this big news break. The chronology of the police in action, how the police in Birbhum allowed the 8 people to be burnt alive, was present there, did nothing. Big story broken first on Times Now. A short break, lots more lined up on the other side as we go along. Stay with us.